So welcome to another episode of Dutch Bushcraft Knives, and in this episode, why do people need to watch this video?
No, because this is something that we've never done before.
Oh.
These are, like, we have huge knife collections, right?
Okay.
And we're gonna pick the top 5 knives from both our collections in total.
So we're gonna fight again?
5 knives, yeah, it's gonna be a fight, that we would keep if we could never have another knife again.
I like it.
So for every test, cooking, EDC, whatever, you have to do it within these 5 knives.
Yeah, okay, so...
And it's gonna be not 5 knives from me, 5 knives from you, no, it's gonna be 5 knives of DBK.
Yeah, and before we start, we really wanna thank today's sponsor, and that is...
This is a tools. This is a tool, and so are knives. And I am a gent. So go to toolsforgents.com and buy a tool, which is not a weapon.
How did you picture this? I mean, with what knife are we gonna start?
Well, I think we should maybe think about segments like cooking, big knife, small knife.
Shall we start with cooking? Because I'm really curious to see what cooking knife you have, and I am convinced that I like mine more.
You know, the thing is, okay, let's just start and let's continue from there. The cooking knife that I picked is actually this. The Benchmade, I forgot the name, but you know why? Because I was thinking like one cooking knife for the rest of my life, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it small so I can also still take it camping.
Yeah, but you have got 4 other knives to take with you.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, I love my knife so much, you know, and I want so many. This was so incredibly hard, and this top 5 is not even going to be perfect because I'm probably going to change my mind.
Yeah, because you took out this knife.
I was thinking, like, do I want a kitchen knife? Can I not just cut my food with a Bushcraft knife?
Yeah, it is true. You screwed me over because you told me to take a kitchen knife.
Yeah.
So then I take a kitchen knife, which I paid a lot of money for.
This is also a kitchen knife.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is the Velknieven Delta.
Yeah, Mickey.
Yeah,
there's not much that can beat it. I mean, it's a small Santoku style knife.
Yeah.
It's bloody COS, one of our favorite steels.
Oh my God, my girlfriend did kind of butcher the edge.
Oh my God, what did you do?
Yeah, Martin, this is my girlfriend. She doesn't know how to handle a knife that well.
But COS, true convex.
Yeah.
I think, for me, I have to agree, Mickey, it's not gonna be that big of a discussion.
Look, I have to say, as a kitchen knife, a traditional Japanese, very thin knife could be better at some stuff like cutting fish really small, like sashimi stuff.
It probably is your only kitchen knife.
It is my only kitchen knife. I didn't bother to buy the whole set. This is my only kitchen knife. I do everything with it. And my girlfriend also does everything with it. And also
including hacking and sawing,
yeah, but
I guess.
I really think so. But
the one kitchen knife.
I still think you should also buy that one.
Yeah.
The Velknieven Delta.
It's just, I already have like the Japanese set. Like, I don't know, it would be a random knife on the set.
What is the next segment? I would say like maybe a kind of budget, all-round, do everything knife.
You know what the thing is? If I can keep 5 knives, I'm not going budget.
Oh. Remember the good old days where we always used to take out our Mora companion to save all the other knives? That's just one that if you needed to take out a screw out of a piece of wood, you just only...
the abuse knife. But does the abuse knife have to be a budget knife?
Yeah, but I was like, just the knife that you don't really care about and can go all out with.
I still don't see a budget knife. I mean, you got a €160 knife in your hand. I don't see a budget knife.
Yes, and look, this knife is the Rocca Compositore. And what I love about this knife is that this is a no-compromise knife that you can just hang on your belt. It is like a very premium version of a Mora, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, Mickey, I also took it.
Oh, big boy.
But the thing is, I was really doubting because I like this knife.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I like it too. But there's also a knife that I took that's pretty similar. So I also took the Sissy-Puko, the Peltonen.
Yeah.
And I took
the Yakari Puko.
The Yakari Puko. For me, that was kind of a really hard decision. But I think for like the abuse, we tried to break both the Yakari Puko and the Peltonen, and we couldn't break both. But the Peltonen has more precision than the Yakari Puko.
Yeah, but do you know what? I think we haven't given the Rocca Compositore enough love, Martin, because just how it feels in the hand and how it carved, it was a monster knife. A monster knife.
That's true.
know?
But the edge is hardened significantly harder. This, I think it was 67 or 65 HRC.
Yeah.
And this one is like the normal 60, 61.
Yeah.
So for abuse,
Yeah, but,
I would pick this one.
yeah, but why? Okay, true. Because I also said that a knife that you could abuse. I know, I'm guilty.
Yeah.
But this one held a better edge. So as an all-round, I can do
Okay,
everything
but-
with a knife. Just take one out in the bush, don't care, and it
Nicky?
won't break and everything.
Because I'm gonna show it now, because I already also took this knife. And
But that's a little tiny bushcrafty knife.
yeah, but look, it's basically the same knife. They are both Pucos. So if I wanna whittle and do precision stuff in the forest, boom. Perhaps this Malanica is gonna end up in the top 5. When I want to do hard stuff that I really don't need to think about I would pick this one. So that is, Mickey, that is genuinely an amazing knife, but
I've tried to sneak that knife into a top 5 for so many times, and even in the top 10,
I think
and
it
you
was-
keep kicking it out.
No,
Wow,
it was-
It's a great knife.
it was in our top 5 or 3 knives, best knives of 2023 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or biggest surprises of 2023, I
You
think.
are leaving 2023 behind very fast.
I don't think so.
Okay,
Like,
so you're doing the Peltone and
I say this one.
CC Puco.
Yeah, because I think you have to care less about it. So this is gonna be on the like abuse type of knife, shed knife, throw everything, shit at it knife.
yeah.
Maybe later on some things might change. I mean, some people in the last video we did this, they asked us like, why didn't you pre-decide everything? Because this discussion, I mean, it's
love
really hard for us, and it's really hard for us to pick these
and
top 5.
I also like the discussion because this is also something that it's also a conversation with you all.
Exactly.
Yeah? And you can hear our thought process.
Exactly.
Do you want to go for the most beautiful knife, like the treasure knife?
Yeah.
Or
So
not?
there was like 5 knives, right?
Yeah.
So
I would just say like one just your knife that
Yeah.
you just want to have on your belt
For me,
more than everything.
for me, that was this Malanica, because I'm not gonna abuse this knife. For me, this is like the birch handle.
Yeah.
I think the birch bark handle is really unique.
Yeah.
Malanica has lit a spark in our hearts for traditional Finnish knives. So for me, this Malanica would be like my bushcrafting treasure knife.
For this segment, I just grabbed out my Velknieven NL5 in COS steel. Martin, I've had this knife on my belt, and you can all see it for the last year. Every video we made, I had this knife on my belt, so everything we had to do behind the scenes, or if I needed just to cut a piece of wood or whatever, I would always use this knife.
Yeah.
And yet this is the definition of jack of all trades, master at none, always better than a master at one.
I genuinely love this knife.
You had a knife from your stepfather when
Yeah.
you were, how old were you? Probably
Like 12?
12?
Yeah.
And he came out of the army and he had a knife. And basically, this is that knife, but then this one is good.
Yeah, exactly.
And that has been my dream knife. That
Ever since,
knife
yeah.
still has a place in my heart. It looked exactly like this, but it wasn't good. And this, you also have the more expensive version, but I genuinely want the COS version.
Yeah.
Because
It's
you're also
brilliant.
still there to use it. It is
Yeah.
tough enough to do betoning. Martin, look at what it looks like.
Yeah.
I get it. I feel exactly the same about the Malanica, but you also have this knife.
True. But Mickey, okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
There are 3 knives on the table. Put that one
What?
next to this.
Okay.
Yeah, put that one next to it. So there are 4 knives on the table.
Like this.
Yeah, and then we can, when we continue, like with the rest of the knives,
Yeah.
we can decide which one leaves.
Okay.
For now.
Okay. So we're gonna put
Because-
them both there.
Because I also had in my mind, when I was thinking about my top 5, I also had like, what is my all-round bushcrafting knife gonna be?
Yeah.
And the answer for me is actually really, really easy, but I'm not gonna put that on the table, because
Yeah.
that of course would 100% be the knife that we designed ourselves, the DBK knife.
Yeah.
But in these videos, we always told ourselves we're not gonna put our own knives on the table.
No.
But of course, the DBK knife is. I just have to say it right here because
that is the knife that you've worn on your belt for the last year.
I've worn this for the last year, and it served me perfectly.
Yeah.
A general purpose knife. I took out one of my favorite knives, the Bar Gripper Aurora in CPM 3.
Wait, we're going to a segment that is called a general purpose.
Like this is like the knife that you. That's what I was thinking. Like like one knife to put on my belt for like splitting wood, carving, like everything.
Yeah.
So for me that has always been like the Bar Gripper Aurora.
Wasn't that what this knife was for?
No, that is the knife that I abuse.
Okay.
I just cannot really recommend getting a new Bar Gripper right now because of the
quality
control issues. So then I was thinking, what was one of our first and most favorite knives? And it just came down to a Felknieven F1, a very traditional.
What? Huh? Wait.
Another N05.
This is the €60 version. Wait. I also chose for Felknieven Maarten. I also chose for it.
Because I was thinking, like the one that you have in your hand now is the LMAX version.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I was still actually going for the COS, just because it takes such a crazy good edge. Yeah, the LMAX holds an edge way longer. But I just have a very deep love with the Felknieven and COS. It's so easy to sharpen, super crisp edge.
Hey, laminated. It is laminated. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to completely agree because I actually took my Felknieven COS F1.
Oh
Wait,
man.
Wrong order. This is good in any weather condition.
Exactly, yeah, that's very true.
So it is stainless.
And that's what I like for like my general outdoor knife, is I don't want to think about the knife.
Maarten, we 100% agree with this knife,
man.
because I also wanted to grab out my F1. That's why I'm...
But now there are 5 knives on the table. Now it's getting really hard.
Maarten, what lacks here is a chopping knife.
Yeah.
I know we also want a knife that is good at chopping, just splitting wood. We don't want to use an axe. Yeah?
Took this one. Just a simple Tereva-Skama.
Yeah.
But like this would probably not fill the bigger knife thing for me. Like if I can also, this is not going to replace an axe. And I don't really need a machete in the Netherlands.
But look at this one. Yeah, it's a Malanica. Marty boy.
Yeah.
It is kind of like a big knife / machete. And I say, look, a knife like this isn't my favorite. Like this.
Yeah.
But this knife was a monster in the video. It could still carve. It could still do all those things. So if you've got like, if you go backpacking or something.
That knife even exists.
Yeah. It can chop down a tree if you needed to.
Yeah.
But it then can also carve.
Mickey, I forgot about that one, but this one now leaves the field already because, I mean, this is a great knife. Don't get me wrong, but that knife takes the lead.
Maybe we will eventually decide that we don't need a knife this size.
There are already too many knives.
Yeah.
And for me, this is like, it breaks my brain.
Yeah.
That we can all have more knives than 5 because it's so hard.
I know.
Because we're still missing like big knife. We're still missing like EDC. Like, yeah, goddamn.
This one is going to be on here today.
Because
I promise you, my Bar Gripper Bushcraft Ultralight is going to be on this bloody table today, and you're not going to steal it away from me another time. You understand me?
Yeah. Look,
you've done it loads of times. You've tried. I must say, you have tried.
I gotta say, you're probably gonna win. Yeah, because for my EDC, I took out like what in my mind is like the best EDC knife. Yeah. And that is the bug out, the Benchmade bug out. And I have like they come in very different shapes and I mean not different shapes, but very different handle types. They are really sexy. You don't feel them in your pocket, but if I could only have 5 knives.
Now, Maarten, I've got the perfect solutions for this. I've got the perfect solution. No folders allowed today.
Okay,
Please.
I will cut you some slack. Mickey. No folders allowed.
What people don't know is that our channel is called Dutch Bushcraft Fixed Knife. Yeah? Okay, wait. I think we're missing one very important segment here.
Yeah.
and that is your favorite carving knife. And that is for us maybe the most important one. Your favorite specific carving knife.
Now, we are missing one more segment, Mickey, and that is our favorite batoning knife.
Outdoor knife.
Yeah.
That could be the big one. For batoning, splitting, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah? Every rough use, outdoor, like big stuff. Big one. So it includes batoning. Then we could have like carving, bushcrafting stuff. Your Malanica here.
Yeah.
Very beautifully.
Yeah,
It's perfect for carving. I love it. Then we could have cooking.
I hate cooking.
Yeah, me too, actually. Cooking knife, very nice.
Yeah, but I think like if there's not a cooking knife on the table in your like 5 knives, you're gonna regret it at some point.
Yeah,
Because it's just the knife that you probably use the most out of any knife.
no, certainly. Then a small knife that you can, just a small knife. You want to go on a hike and you don't want to have like a big fancy knife on you. Just take a little small knifey.
Yeah.
Then we've got the Falconiva modern Bowie, but that other big knife takes its place.
You know what?
And
don't take this out of the picture. You know why? Because for me, something that I personally love the most to do, one of the things is generally split wood with my knife. It's relaxing. I just love doing it. I split more wood with knives than I carve with knives. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I had these 2 knives with me. I have like an A1 Pro.
I also took the A1.
The A1 is such an amazing knife, but I also took the DBK edition, the convex edition of the TRC Apocalypse.
That one is a monster.
It's a monster. It's probably like, if you compare knives, it's a better knife than the A1 Pro, like the DBK Convex Edition, in my opinion, because it just has some features. It has better steel that the A1 Pro doesn't have. But, Mickey, I'm gonna say something here. The Malanica, it's a great chopper, but I would not put this on my belt as like a batoning knife.
No.
The modern Bowie, this would satisfy my needs for both chopping and batoning, with the fact that I could still also have an axe.
And it still looks cool.
And I mean, it's a little bit bigger than I would like for my general batoning knife. But if we could only have 5 knives, I would say throw the Malanica off the table and put this in the place, and we also have like the batoning knife.
But this one is a good survival knife.
It is a really good survival knife, Mickey, but
yeah.
I feel with our skills, I feel confident enough with an F1 as a survival knife, especially if I can combine it with a bigger knife like this.
You know what, Martin? I'm gonna say something very dangerous. Let's put, if we can only keep the 5,
Yeah.
this one for survival, wood splitting, everything.
Yeah. This knife I would want on my belt in a survival situation because it's not heavy. And
Why aren't we picking that knife then? You know what? I might want the DBK Apocalypse edition.
oh man, for me this would be. I love this knife so much. Like also for, it has the thickened tip.
Martin,
for
we
splitting wood.
made the DBK knife because we were so impressed because of the quality of the thing. We are going to put the
Let's do it!
TRC Apocalypse Limited Edition.
Let's do it.
This is a multi-functional knife. It can do survival, it can do batoning, it can do carving, it can do chopping. Is it great? Is it amazing at one of these things? It is very good at all of them.
Exactly. This is gonna be the survival knife on this table. So Mickey, the Malanica is gonna go as well.
Yeah, it has to go. It has to go. Then as a bushcraft knife, amazingly beautiful knife, treasure knife, but especially a carving knife, the Malanica Puko. Why are you doubting? It's a very good idea.
Yeah, because I have such a love for the traditional F1.
Yeah,
And I feel like it's got to go if we put this there.
Yeah. But because I've got more to say. I've got more to say.
You know, my heart doesn't. You know, my heart for bushcrafting and survival knives says that I don't want a kitchen knife in my top 5. But the reality check in my head says,
Yeah.
it's a knife that you're gonna use every day, and it is so nice in the kitchen.
My most used knife.
Yeah, it's so nice to have a good kitchen knife.
Yeah, it's my most used knife.
It has to be there.
Then, an everyday knife. An everyday knife that you can just pop on your belt, you don't even feel it.
No, this would be like, I would still be comfortable taking this to my work. The people at my work, they know that I love knives. If I would take this to work and cut an apple with it, they would allow it.
And they would respect you.
They would respect me.
And then I'm gonna say something very bold, Martin. Very bold, very bold. As a last knife, no, you got something very bold.
Okay.
This knife.
Oh man, I don't agree.
Because Martin, yeah, we now miss a knife that you can abuse. We miss a knife, yeah, but this is just we go also for beauty, man.
Oh man.
We also go for beauty. This is our dream knife. This is the dream design.
Okay, look.
Yeah.
Let's say between these two, yeah.
Yeah, this one is the more versatile one. The F1 is the more versatile.
But
I understand.
they still have. I'm picking your side on this between these two. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Because both of these knives have kind of the same grind, so they will do the same things.
Yeah.
Both handles are warm in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only main difference is this handle is not carefree. This handle is carefree, but that is something with a little extra care for your knife.
Yeah.
You can get over.
Yeah.
God damn it! It hurts putting this knife on the table.
It really does. It really does.
But if these knives are going to be there, this is also still the knife that you put on your belt as your general all-purpose survival bushcraft knife.
You're just not gonna abuse it as hard.
No. So
I also took the F1 COS.
Yeah.
I also chose that one, Martin.
you guys have to understand that this is so hard for us, because like you probably are gonna put in the comments, why is this knife not there? Why is this that knife? That knife should be in there. This knife should be in there. And you're probably all right, because there should be so many more knives on this table, but we can only pick knives, and we are living in this exact moment, and this is what our brain makes from it.
Martin, you know what this table is? Our choice goes more out to prettiness also.
Mickey, the Rockstead is not on this table. Why not? Because it's a showcase knife, and if I can only have 5 knives, I want 5 knives that I can use.
Yeah, I mean, this knife, is it the most sturdy?
This knife is suddenly not a discussion anymore, because it's just put aside.
Yeah. Yeah, but these are 5 knives.
Oh, man.
These are 5 knives.
But I 100% understand, but I genuinely miss a knife that I can abuse.
Yeah, but then I have to say that the only option would be the Milani Capuco. But then I would miss a knife that I can. These are knives for a knife specialist.
If we would do this, we're gonna do a little bit in the abuse. No, but man, I still don't think we can abuse the Rocca Corpus Turi.
You can abuse it pretty hard, Martin. You can abuse it pretty hard.
Yeah, but and on the other hand, so I have some big rolls. But on the other hand, it still like serves the purpose as a carving puko.
Yeah.
So if we put this off the list, we don't have a carving knife. If we don't put this on the list, we don't have a abuse knife. If we put this on the list, we have like best of both worlds.
Yeah. For the small
But
concession.
goddamn, it's so hard getting rid of a Melanica.
Yeah.
I mean, how can we make a top 5 with no Melanica on it? It's like what?
At some point there were 2 on there.
Genuinely miss a knife on here that I would not feel bad about using for some dirty stuff.
And that is the Rocca.
And that is the Rocca, because this is the knife. Like, this is also a knife that I would just put on my belt for bushcraft and have fun with.
Yeah.
But that is also this knife, and this knife suits my personal needs more than the Melanica.
And I have to say, just to be honest, from all of these knives that lie here, if I just had to take one and throw all my other knives away, I'm going for the NL5, and I would just be a little bit more careful with it, using stuff. And if I want to have some,
I have to agree.
Split some rough wood, I would use an X or a saw or whatever.
And look,
I love that knife. I love it.
You have to understand that this is not like our top 5 knives.
No.
This is a very hard concession that we're making. Like, if we genuinely think about our love for knives, but also the use that we, you know, need to use our knives for.
Yeah.
Because in my personal top 5 knives, there would never be a kitchen knife.
No, mine either. But then we're gonna be so happy with that kitchen knife.
And somehow the knife that you always try to sneak on is in there.
Yeah.
And somehow the knife that I always try to sneak on is also on there.
Hey! Martin, I have to say I'm very proud of this.
Yeah.
So let's go over the 5 knives. The Falknieven NL5 COS edition.
It serves the general purpose bushcrafting knife that is probably the knife that's 90% on your belt.
And it's so beautiful.
Yeah. It's also like a treasure knife.
The Bark River Ultralight CPM 3V. It is just a everyday carry knife. It serves that you don't even feel on your belt. Ladies and gentlemen, this is such a hard one. I mean, this really breaks my brain. And
my
maybe
heart.
if you ask us tomorrow and we feel a little bit different, other knives will be on this table. But
Yeah.
I hope you like this video.
I'm proud of this top 5, Mickey.
It's not a top 5.
No, I'm proud of these 5 knives.
So if you please drop your 5 knives that you would have in the comments.
Yeah.
Please do it because I'm very curious.
But I am proud of our giveaway. We are giving away the Falknieven F1L Max thanks to DBK. A Falknieven A1 Pro thanks to DBK. Bark River Bravo 1 thanks to Blade HQ. The new Benchmade Bug-Out Wood Burn Brass thanks to Benchmade. A K-Bar Becker BK2 thanks to Knives and Tools. An X with short handle and red elm thanks to Roselli. Guards XPMP Big Boss number 203 out of 500 limited edition thanks to Tools for Gents. And 2 BPS Pucos thanks to BPS.
The winners are only announced through email and at the end of the video once a month.
Whoa, that's kind of a really big giveaway this month. And for everybody, we have sold like the first batch of DBK Bushcrafter knife 10-year anniversary edition on my Patreon. It sold out in 4 minutes, which is crazy.
Yeah, really, thank you very much for that. It's such an honor.
So if all the patrons had their chance, it will go public for everybody who's not a patron, and we'll make an announcement of that later.
Yeah.
So,
ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, and see you every Thursday 1 p.m. PDT. And again, drop your 5 knives that you would like to. Your 5 knives.
Yeah. dbkshop.com if you want to support us. Patreon if you want to support us. Hit a like if you want to support us. Thank you very much.